Hello everyone and welcome back to Anno 1800, looking at my dreadnoughts fully equipped, not fully equipped, but equipped to some extent with the latest tech available. And of course I would like to just have a bit of fun there with the Admiral's ship, or ships that we have here, or ships right now, but of course it's going to change here as we are using those babies here. Look at how this one is crumbling there within just a few seconds there, really. And we do take some damage, of course, but I'd say it's minimal, really. Oh, there is also Carl coming in, but of course we have no quarrel with Carl, and we're just enjoying how those ships are going down, really. Boy, Admiral Vigente, you really should go for some dreadnoughts there if you can afford it. That might be amazing. So that was 2 volleys there from both ships, so 4 volleys in total, and that ship went down completely. Yeah, there's the thing with the loot again. I'm hesitant. I'm not going for that loot. I'm very scared of it, in fact, and we definitely don't want to do anything with it. Let's also take my remaining 2 Royal Galleons and continue with our city building with my Flying Dodo that we have. Flying Dodo is having an important mission, and that is getting wine, getting grapes to this wall. And for Flying Dodo, we really just need timber, actually, most of it. I'm taking also some of the other things just to make sure, but overall it's really just timber. And Ipswich, this really small island, is going to be the center of my attention right now, because in Ipswich we do have what? Exactly, grape fertility. To some extent we have space. It's not a lot, but I would still like to try and get some grape going for getting my champagne production up. There's also coal and zinc deposit here. Zinc is absolutely not important, but coal, that sounds like a deal to me. And yeah, with Ipswich, that very tiny island right in front of Knuters is important, because it is the only island that we have that actually has a grape on board, right? And that's it. And that means I will need to use this one for now. Also space, of course. Space is rare on all of my islands at the moment. At least until we can take the Admiral's Island, which might still take some time, but I'm preparing my invasion for that already. And yeah, in Ipswich we have now all the timber in the world, some bricks, some steel beams to at least upgrade my trading post there once. And then we can unload the rest. And actually all I need is, I still need a warehouse, a marketplace there, unfortunately, together with, let's make it 1 fishery, right? And that's really it. And then we just squeeze in some people here. Those are going to be my farmers, my grape, my vineyard farmers that we're going to have. Of course, every farmer needs a pub, so let's also provide a pub here by the ocean, right? And then just a few more. We do have then, I think, around 100 farmers, and that's probably enough for whatever I need. That's just a really cute tiny farmer village right in front of Knuters. Let's also unload the remaining, and then we'll just getting shocked most likely by how few plantations we can get out there. Let's just try it out. So for the champagne, we're going to need, I think, quite a lot of champagne at this point already. So we're looking at a consumption of 3 per minute, or that is the total demand right now, with having 7, yeah, let's have 8,000 investors, so that's 3. If we go to the double of that, we do need at least 6 per minute if I want to go that far. So for those 6, oh boy, we do need a lot of vineyards. The production of grape is really low, so it only 2. So what I will definitely try my luck here with as well is a trade union, so that we can get at least some boosting done as well. Of course, I could also get the grapes from the dockyards, but then again, I might be having a problem with my modules then. So I'm just trying this one here now. We do need the vineyards, and then let's just try to add a few of them to this area, shall we? Yeah, and you'll be surprised by how many vineyards we can actually squeeze into this small island there. So that's 10 in total. That would lead to at least 2 champagne cellars. Boosting it, we could have 3 champagne cellars, leading to a total production of 6 champagne of what we can have then for Knuters. That actually sounds like a reasonable thing to do, and with boosting it with items, we could even achieve more out of this one here. Even though one thing I will need to do here is I'm going to move my warehouse a bit further over there, right, so that we can squeeze in as many, yeah, basically all of them into one trade union, like so. We do have the timber, we do have the workforce. Let's go ahead and build them. Going to be quite expensive, but I'm still going ahead with this. Holy cow. And that's also 20,000 just for the fields. And boom, isn't that looking pretty? I think it is. And Nibs Beach, with that, is no ordinary village for us, but a very important village. The village of wine, it is. Now, for that trade union here, I will need a bit more influence that hopefully we can provide at some point. But right now, I'm pretty happy with this. Now, boosting it is probably going to be pretty expensive. We do have a population happiness of +10 right now. With the 50%, we probably will have a negative one. But, and that's a huge but, I could provide them with some schnapps. That would make them so happy that they probably go all about working more. One more thing I can still add for these guys here is one more building, I think, or let's add 2, because this will then certainly unlock the pub, right? The pub has not been unlocked yet, and with that we will see a drastic improvement in happiness there as well. Let's just wait this one out real quick. We have 146 right now. 146, 146. I could add another one here, most likely, so that at least we get this one done. 149, and it's really just one more. There it is, and all of them, boom, have the pub, and with that +21 happiness, up from +9. That's actually quite good. Let's also upgrade my warehouse there, of course. And with that, we could probably boost them now to Oblivion. Yes, we could do it and have a perfectly content population with that. But for now, I don't think we'll need it. Now, there is grape, and the trade route is very, very short. I don't want to waste a cargo ship for that. I'm probably going ahead with another clipper. We can afford it, of course. Let's build it, and by the time it's finished and starting this trade, we'll have enough grapes then on board here as well. So grape will be flooding in now. Perfect. At a steady supply of 5 per minute. That's actually quite a lot. Now, more things are considered in Knutes with that. First of all, the industry zone, I'm officially calling it done. There is nothing else that we could do here except for activating a few more buildings and, yeah, well, also boosting a bit of production with items. But space-wise, we are pretty tightly tuned here right now. What is the glass surplus? +5 glass per minute right now. That's actually pretty good. We could still continue boosting it by another 50% easily. Yeah, population unhappiness is not too drastic there. And with that, we could still boost it out there just a tiny bit. However, we're not doing this yet. What I will do is we will add the latest production that I'm going to need for this. And that's probably somewhere over here then. We don't need that many champagne cellars, right? One of them, as we know, is consuming 2 glass per minute. That means 2 champagne cellars per minute, or 2 champagne cellars in total, is already plenty to not only consume all the grapes that we produce, but also most of the glass, and also provides enough champagne for my population. Right now, we are not even boosting them with electricity, so I'm just going to add 1 here and 1 here in this corner. We're going to make a room there, and come on, let's not do that dirt road thing there anymore. And here we probably will need, yeah, we're going to add a police station. If I can do this, I can't do that. We can do a mobile task force. I don't have a police station in this area, and we really just should do this one.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, should we build them right away? We can do this. Let's build both of them right away. 70,000, easy. And also 150 artisans that will consume with that. They have to wait there just a few minutes now, a few seconds. For the money, I don't really care. And where's my clipper? Should be coming out now anytime. There it is. And after just a few seconds, the latest clipper is coming out. Sea Harpy 2, the second. And Sea Harpy the second is going to be on this very important grape trade route. I could also have made a jar route there. Would be perfectly fine, really, with 1 schooner, though I'd rather go with a clipper. Just in case we're going to boost it, I do have some extra room for additional grapes. Sea Harpy, off you go. Make this happen. And one more thing that I'm still going to do now is, as always, I'm going to stop the consumption of champagne. Right, so that's one more need that we need here. And by the way, coffee's out, and I hope we can fix this as well. Now let's continue here with the research institute, because we have finished the first phase, or actually the second phase. The first phase is always the foundation. Second phase is then the superstructure, and the third phase would be then the glassworks, I guess, or whatever. There you go, in all its glory, coming up pretty quickly. Next phase is going to be a bit more expensive, so steel beams and windows we have. Reinforced concrete we don't have that much, and 1,000 engineers we have that easily. Let's start the construction of that. Now, where do I get my reinforced concrete? We've just invested a lot of it into upgrades and also buildings, so my champagne cellar. But of course, we could still get more out of it. For starters, we do have a total production of only 2 right now. That is ridiculously small. I think my cement though is pretty high, right? So we can afford more of this. And let's go ahead and have, with this, we have a production surplus of 2. So I can get 2 more concrete factories out there easily. And for steel, we don't even have to worry about steel, honestly. Where do I have them? There they are. There is a way here. There is a way. And probably like this. There you go. We have them all combined together with this warehouse there. Let's just add the road connection. And then also those guys here. And they would also be affected by my general foreman, so the concrete factories, workforce reduced, and they also produce extra steel beams. Do I have another item for these guys here? Ironworks and foundries are not affected by that, so probably find us some other items there as well. And since we're at it, let's also pave the roads for this little industry zone, because we definitely want to speed up the delivery times for all of them. Very good. So with that, we have now doubled our concrete production. We're going to need a lot of reinforced concrete in the future, so it's worth it doing it now. I'm not upgrading that warehouse though, as I don't think it's necessary, and we are already short on it. Also very cool, we have the first legendary export good. I think still sewing machines is still a bit far away from that, but this soap is now at legendary status. That means we can also upgrade it or use it for more. Actually, we've already upgraded it. We can use it for more. We're only using it for iron ore right now, and of that we are most of the time pretty capped out. And 500 soap, yeah, we're not exporting that much mostly. So we could use it on something else like pearls or gold, for example, to get the jewelry in. And this is actually quite something that we could do, right? So we could try it out. Let's just check it out. 6 to 1, that's pretty steep, but, and that's the huge but, we don't need that much jewelry as far as I know. We can also once again check this out. Jewelry right now is 2 per minute. This is what we need for that. We also have the pocket watches, 2 per minute, right? So in total, those 2 productions here, let's take the double of that. That would be 4 each, the production that we need, the potential one. To make things short, I would need 100 gold every 20 minutes for both of these productions. Let's rather go with a bread upgrading from now on. Bread is not even on the list yet, and we're producing this in high quantities. So let's go ahead with the bread for gold ore, for gold ingots actually. And with that, we can start with our first production then. The jewelry, however, does need the pearls, but the pocket watches is something that we can easily do. As glass is something, well, we do have. The clockmaker, however, requires electricity, so once again something we need to make sure that we have in the vicinity. And oh yeah, I'm going to pay 100,000 for keeping the peace, no problem with that. The only thing I might check here out is the light bulbs or the spectacle. Now for the spectacle, we already have a bit of more blueprinted stuff, and we are at +1. That's very tight though. But I can still make this happen here by getting rid of 1 spectacle factory. And what I'm also doing is I'm going to actually get rid of a steel beam factory. Yep, we can totally do this. We are completely capped on it, and we're producing it also in my reinforced concrete production, right? So quite a lot of it already anyway. Let's go ahead, clock production. We can have 2 of them easily in here, and that would lead to a very nice production, especially once it's boosted. Oh yeah, okay, we are totally out of reinforced concrete at this point. And they are working though, right? Yes, and I will get them the item that boosts them further, because that is just really important. The Admiral is having, oh, a nice fleet. And it seems like they made peace. Or at least ceasefire. No, they're at war with each other. But that is car. So no problem there. I'm still going ahead, and I'm going to get my... Let's get the dreadnoughts over actually and purchase stuff. It's much, much safer. Do not risk anything else. Let's get the dreadnoughts over. And of course, reinforced concrete is absolutely not coming in storage right now, because all of it is being consumed for my research institute. So until then, I will not be able to store up any on that. We'll just have to wait basically. I can also not purchase it really, so I'm just going to wait until we finish that production. Alright, just the occasional skirmishes in close to Taborim in Envesa. With another ship going down. No loot, unfortunately. Nothing I can do here really. And my other ships are just waiting in the harbor area. We're also making some good trade here. And for my quest, 2 tons of seafood stew. We also have that in store now, finally. So the first 7 tons are in, and I could use it for the quest. Even though we've already unlocked the Research Institute now. That is the quest that we have as well, with Biniam. Now, another bigger change that I would like to do is I would like to continue adding soap here to the Docklands for grain, and just enough of that. So let's just check it out for getting 800 grain in. Why? We do have a grain consumption right now of, let's say, 30, so that is around 600 every 20 minutes, making it a maximum of 700. I'm, of course, fully intending, if I can afford it, let's just check this out as well, loading wharf to speed up the trading time. Otherwise, we are going to have a bit of a problem there with the bigger volume. So we can add a few more of these guys here to the Docklands to reduce the trading time. And what we have with this one now is a complete substitute. Oh, look at that. I've also just built the mobile task force and boom, we have a ride here. Coincidence? I don't know. At least my people like to beat something down. We do have 2 of them. We can also mobilize them to further, yeah, well, improving that skill. And my forces are already on their way. And the rest is probably not ready for any children out there. So they're doing their job, so my people can continue making bricks. And yeah, well, with this, we don't theoretically need those here anymore, right? So in Nachtessen, we have a lot of space basically wasted for grain farms. And since we have a good, high-quality products now, we can completely get rid of them. And that's exactly what I would like to do. That's going to bring in a bit of workforce there again. Also space, and space is the most important thing right now, as long as I can't take the Admiral. There's a right here, we're just going to wait for it to cease, and then I can get rid of these farms. But more importantly is we have this area available here, and that's something I would like to use for 2 things. The first one would be pig farms, right? We do have pig farms in Knutas right now. Somewhere in this mess over here, we still have around 6 pig farms available. Now, my sausage production is completely overloaded. We do only have a total demand of 6 sausages per minute anymore, because basically we don't have that many people in the lower classes anymore. Most of us are engineers and investors. So we don't even need that many slaughterhouses. I'm also not intending to use it for my Docklands. And the other one would be pigs are needed for the canneries. But not that many, right? So the consumption is rather low on that. Let's just still go with 6 pigs. That should be enough to fulfill the demand. So I'm going with, yeah, basically let's have a warehouse then up here. We have enough timber, really, so I don't need to worry about timber one bit. And we can then just go crazy with pig farms. I'm also not going to boost them because I think it's really not necessary. And let's just go ahead and add some piggies. Can I? Yep, perfect. There's another here, and then let's just merge these fields. And boom, we would have the pig farms for everything that we need. However, I would not like to stop here. We do have, let's just check it out. Actually, yeah, we can stop there with that for now and build them, right? So that's just that. And also this one and this one, and actually we do need to build a few more now that I think about it, because we're boosting those pig farms with the silos, right? So that needs a few additional pig farms. It's not drastic though, so workforce wise we should still be fine. Can we boost them since it's only farmers? Yeah, boosting is going to be a bit difficult there, so I'm not doing this, especially since it's really not necessary. We do have enough space. We can add another piggery or pig farm then here, and then we're already pretty close now to that warehouse, so here we can use more pig farms then for later. Now that I think about it, we could also keep one of these grain farms there. Let's keep those here for now.
I've stopped caring.
Because that grain we could use to boost our pig farms. That's an interesting thought there. Now we're producing 8 pigs per minute already, right? And as we remember, the total consumption right now is 16. But bear in mind we have way too many slaughterhouses. So for my slaughterhouse production, we do need 6 per minute right now, and that's for the slaughterhouses. 6 slaughterhouses. We do have 11 right now, so I can drastically reduce that number, getting rid of this whole block there. And that leads to only a pig consumption then of 6 from these slaughterhouses here. Now that I think about it, let's use the silos and keep the grain farms, right? So a new layout we have, and with that we can then just easily go ahead and build a few of them. And let's make this one work here. So they're all getting boosted then with the respective grain. We do have the grain over there, so that's now these guys here getting their silos ready for work. Making some fat piggies over here. Also, we'll need to remodel that trade route here to not get the grain over anymore, rather than pigs. There you go. Instead of the grain, we're going with the pigs. That's done. And they can now consume it. So what we've done now essentially is we're getting rid of all the bad things in Knuters, saving space and also improving the attractiveness. So with that I can also get rid of all of these pig farms here, no problem whatsoever. Let's do this as well. There you go. Lots of attractiveness and lots of farmers in addition. And of course space, which is the most important thing in this area. We are boosting the slaughterhouses. We are not doing this. We can boost them easily by 20% without any penalty. And this will lead to a slight surplus in sausage, just enough so that we don't need to worry about it any longer. And we'll always have a nice supply of that. Very good. That's a lot of space. And oh, a quest from Anno. We definitely should be doing this. A collection quest. Because this one will be... Oh no. It is actually in this area. Yep. Let's turn it in. And please, look at that. I had my ships in the area. That was very close. That was very close. The thing is here, these ships spawned and they were already detecting my ship. Let's keep this one here still in the area for purchasing items. So I think we are on a good track overall. Oh, gramophone factory. Instead of wood veneers, it processes timber. Let's also go for this. And with that, we have all the items that I wanted. And also get this one over to Knuters, so back on its way home. They're going to change a few things even further. And with that quest here, pleading the belly, we can also then probably go with a trade decree or trade treaty with Anno, and that will lead to some serious items that we could purchase from her. Now, very good. We have now this area, as we can see, lots of space. These slaughterhouses we can still move down. There's, by the way, no electricity here yet. That's also something I would like to change. We can also now make this road here complete, so no longer do we need to keep them separated, because there basically is nothing to separate it anymore. Let's move that fire station a bit. We have a lot of fire stations in the area. Better safe than sorry. Oh yeah. And just push it. We're a bit too slow. Where's my ships here, by the way? Oh, no, that's a friendly face. Let's not get too close to the harbor area, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of sea mines we have over there. But that's that. Very good. So with that, we do then still need this road. And probably here, I'm going to plan then for my next power plant. Yeah, we'll most likely reach all of them. Probably actually, no, actually we do need to keep them here because they're for the trade union. That's pretty important, so that we can keep making chocolate. It is absolutely vital for my investors. This base though I need for something, for industry, and not for buildings, not for housing, not for residences. That's essentially that. Meanwhile, my pig production is a total of 13. We're barely consuming any grain. 13 that we have, and in Knuters we do have a total consumption of 28. We still need to ramp this up a bit. No problem. Let's continue with the next ones. Also the silos here. And then I would just like to copy this one. One here. Let's move the fire station a bit. And yeah, let's make it like so. This one comes a bit closer. And then we could also continue here with even more pig farms. But we have that space. And Nachdessen, let's face it, doesn't need to be beautiful or anything like that. The population is happy, and that's all that matters to me. And we have a lot of space here for additional industry. And Knuters can continue its development towards a bigger, monumentous city. Stay tuned.